In June 2023, a billion-dollar tech company called IRL shut down overnight. Not because of a market crash, not because a competitor beat them, because 95% of their 20 million users were never real. The company had raised $170 million from SoftBank by promising investors something that didn't exist, and the CEO knew it the entire time. This channel autopsies the companies that destroyed themselves. Last week, we took apart how OpenAI quietly handed Oracle $30 billion in cloud contracts built on projections nobody bothered to verify. If you want to watch companies get caught trusting the wrong numbers, subscribe. IRL launched in 2016 with a mission that made perfect sense. Gen Z was abandoning Facebook. They weren't organizing events anywhere. IRL was going to fix that. A social calendar designed to get young people off their screens and back into the real world. The pandemic hit. IRL pivoted fast. Online events, live streams, group chats. Downloads spiked. The numbers looked incredible. In 2021, SoftBank handed CEO Abraham Shafee $170 million. IRL was now a unicorn. Shafee went on camera and told every investor in the room they had 20 million monthly active users, all growing organically. Friends inviting friends, no paid advertising, pure word of mouth. He used the word organic 11 times in one investor presentation. That word would later become the most expensive word he ever said. Here is how the con worked. Shafee told investors IRL spent roughly $50,000 a month on marketing to acquire new users. The real number was $200,000 a month. The extra spend was routed through third-party vendors so it wouldn't appear on the books as advertising. To any investor reading the financials, IRL looked like a word-of-mouth phenomenon. But even $200,000 a month in paid downloads couldn't manufacture 20 million real users. So Shafee filled the gap with bots, automated accounts, scripted behavior, fake engagement, all of it engineered to look like an active, breathing user base. The same playbook we covered when Oracle handed OpenAI $30 billion in cloud contracts based on projections that were never verified. The metric was the product, not the app. The metric. In late 2022, IRL's own employees started raising their hands. The internal dashboards didn't match what Shafee was telling the public. One employee formally complained that the user numbers were fabricated. Shafee laid off 25% of the company within weeks. In the same memo announcing the cuts, Shafee compared IRL to WhatsApp. He called his surviving employees Olympic-level athletes. He told them the company had enough cash to last well into 2024. Meanwhile, the SEC had quietly opened an investigation in December 2022. Here is the detail no other channel has covered. While the board was preparing its internal investigation, Shafee restored his iPhone to an earlier backup. It wiped the relevant records from the device. He was then asked under oath whether he had done it. He said no. That single denial is now its own count in the federal indictment. Shafee tried to control the story. He fired the employees who raised concerns. He routed the advertising payments through enough intermediaries that an outside auditor would need months to untangle them. He repaid approximately $2.5 million in personal expenses when the company's CFO confronted him directly. But he didn't stop. The Hawaii resort charges kept appearing on the company card. His wedding, guests' airfare, hotel rooms, the full event, billed to IRL. In April 2023, the board suspended Shafee and appointed an acting CEO. The investigation he had tried to wipe from his phone was now fully underway. It took the board less than 2 months to confirm what employees had been saying for over a year. June 27, 2023, IRL shut down. All remaining capital returned to shareholders. App removed from the iOS App Store. Total venture capital raised over $200 million. Peak valuation $1.17 billion. Real human users at time of shutdown approximately 1 million. July 31, 2024, the SEC filed fraud charges against Chafee. August 27, 2025, a federal grand jury indicted him on 8 counts: wire fraud, securities fraud, obstruction. Maximum sentence, 20 years per count. The company was called In Real Life. Every single user metric it ever published was fake. SoftBank handed $170 million to a company whose app had no real users because Abraham Chafee understood something most founders never say out loud. Investors don't fund businesses. They fund stories about businesses. If the metrics look right, nobody checks the metrics. Not carefully, not until someone on the inside starts asking questions and gets fired for it. IRL didn't collapse because the product failed. It collapsed because one employee refused to stay quiet, and even that took 2 more years to actually matter. The app promised to connect people in real life. It ran entirely on fake ones. That is not irony. That is the business model. Next, another CEO, another unicorn, another set of numbers that never added up. On your screen right now.